You don't need a new year. You need a new standard. You have to have non-negotiables in order to create the life of your dreams. Hello, beautiful people. Happy New Year. I hope you all are doing so well. Baby, we are starting out with day one of our 2026 Level Up Blueprint Challenge. This is the ultimate challenge to reset your life for 2026 and feel ready, confident, ambitious, hungry to lock in. And we are going to be covering day by day, step by step, for you to succeed in 2026 with videos coming at you for the next 30 days. In 2026, you are no longer playing it small or playing it safe. I want you outside of your comfort zone, embracing all change, transformation, and truly walking in your purpose. In today's video, we are going to be talking about the top non-negotiables that successful women have. It is so important that you start to align yourself with the non-negotiables that you show up to, that you stand on business for in 2026, especially in the next 30 days, to really transform your life and how you move about your own life. So let's get into it. If you are new to seeing my face, welcome. And to all of my favorite people, welcome back. I hope you guys had an amazing start to the new year. I apologize for keeping y'all waiting. I was settling into my new home in Spain. Be sure to give this video a thumbs up, comment some love down below. You don't need a new year. You need a new standard. You've been waiting for motivation, but what you truly need is clarity and ruthlessness. Let me ask you something. When was the last time that you sat yourself down and said to yourself, I'm done with living the same year over and over? How many of you have a friend, or you are the friend that says every year, this is going to be my year, but you do absolutely nothing different? You still complain, you still frequent places that don't align with your higher self, you still have company around you that does not align with your higher self. Every year is going to be your year, but you have not been actively doing something different. How about going into the same year like last year with the same toxic habits of waking up, scrolling on your phone, constantly tired and fatigued, and calling it a bad morning when it's truly just a bad habit? How about wanting confidence but doing absolutely nothing that makes you proud of yourself? How about not doing anything that forces you outside of your comfort zone, that shows you what you're capable of achieving, which adds and leads to your confidence growth? And how about this common one, saying, I'll start on Monday? So often you treat Monday like a mythical creature. I want you to write this down. Your life is a combination of what you have accepted and what you have been avoiding. A reset does not mean changing everything at once. It means choosing what no longer aligns. You need non-negotiables. So I want you to write down 3 habits that you will not be carrying into 2026. And then I also want you to write down your top 5 to 10, start with 5, your top 5 non-negotiables for January. They might even become a principal standard for the entire 2026. And if you want to get out of your comfort zone, I want you to write them down below and share them with the community. It could be, I don't wait for motivation. I move with discipline and not feelings. I don't live without direction. If it doesn't align, it doesn't get my time. How about, I don't break promises to myself. Consistency is how I build my confidence. And a big one for the ladies, I don't let my emotions run my decisions. I stay grounded, focused, and in control. I don't blame circumstances. I take full accountability and adjust accordingly. How about this one? I don't skip workouts. If you set or you wrote down, I want you to write down how many days minimum are you going to the gym or you're working out from home. And I want you to commit to it, all right? When you set non-negotiables, you need to follow through no matter how you feel. If you're saying, I don't skip workouts, then I need you to show up no matter how you feel, babe, because you're no longer going off of how you feel, what the mood is, what the emotion is. You're going based on the goal and the outcome that you want. You want to feel stronger. You want to be sexy. You want to feel good in your body. You want your mood to be up and increased all the time so that you are operating at a radiant aura all the time. How about I don't engage with negative people? I don't engage in gossip. I don't engage with people who disrespect other people behind their back. I don't break promises to myself. So truly, what are your top 5 to 10 non-negotiables that you are going to be focused and locked in on in 2026? Especially in the next 30 days. I need you to put them into practice and not just say one thing, not just say you're gonna do it, not just write these things down. I'm sure y'all have been writing. There's so many videos of how to level up, how to glow up, how to reinvent yourself. You've done that for the last 2 to 5 years. It's time for you to really step into being in an unfamiliar territory. And that is how you're going to grow towards your higher self. That is how you're going to gain more confidence and clarity about who you're becoming. And you're not going to care so much about how people think or what people think of you. You'll pay attention to people that hold you back or drain your energy. You need non-negotiables, okay? You are even standing in your own way because you have no non-negotiables, top 5 or top 10. Before we close out this video, make sure you give this video a thumbs up. It really helps out the channel and allows me to make more videos for you. But before we go, y'all, I love you. But before we go, I have 3 questions for you. What behaviors from 2025 cannot come with you in 2026? What behaviors and bad habits and toxic ways cannot come with you into 2026? For me in 2024, when I was going into 2025, I knew that I wanted to work on vulgar language. I wanted to cut out the F-bombs. I wanted to limit the swear words, and I did. I actually don't swear anymore. And I'm still working. If I get upset, I still work on making sure that that is not a thought in my head. I can properly communicate when I'm upset or somebody has upset me, or if my partner is just like, honey, make me spicy. I have to reel it in and think of my higher self. How do we now respond and react? And another thing that I had set as a non-negotiable was I no longer drink, or I no longer socially or actively drink. I have my wine or some bubbly on special occasions, but I no longer do certain things that get me out of character or it impacts my health and wellness journey. I like to be in shape. I like to have full energy. I like to look a certain way. I like to feel a certain way. And so I have things, even with fast food and sugar, is limiting certain things, non-negotiables around. I don't have certain things in my house. I don't eat at certain places. There's certain rules that you do have to have and implement into your life when you want to level up. A lot of times we look at ambitious or successful or wealthy people as, oh, I could never. You know what separates them from someone that is struggling with leveling up is when they are focused on the outcome, that they are willing and very hungry to get there. They will do anything at any cost to become the person that is successful, that is wealthy, that is leveling up, that is constantly changing, that is constantly pushing themselves in unknown territory. So I have been in Spain for a little bit, and our friends are here, they live here, and this is an uncomfortable territory for me. However, I'm around ambitious, hungry people. And when I listen to them talk about what they're doing, what their plans are, and the moves that they make, the risk that they take, they are not thinking about the fear. They are not thinking about, oh, what if, or the old self, or where I'm coming from. They know where they're going, and they're so focused on where they're going. So they have non-negotiables. They eat out once a day or once a week. They have non-negotiables of how much they spend, or where they're going, or what places they frequent, or who is in their circle. You have to have non-negotiables in order to create the life of your dreams. My second question, what is one thing that you have been tolerating that is slowly draining your confidence? Honestly, that could be a relationship, that could be certain friendships, that could be your job, that could be some of your habits. I want you to write down one thing that has been slowly draining you and draining your confidence. It could be how you eat. A lot of people are looking in the mirror and they're waking up to see that they don't like or love their body, that one body that God has given you. Yes, if you feel like it's draining your confidence and you're questioning yourself when you're around a group of women, or when you're around your partner and you both see a beautiful woman, are you feeling intimidated? And if that's because of certain habits, I want you to write it down, okay? And this is what we're gonna focus on for the next 30 days, that one thing that you wrote down. My last question is so deep. I need you to take some time to think about this. If you repeated your last 30 days, and maybe we'll think about December was a little bit of a write-off for us. If you were to repeat your last 30 days or 2025, would 2026 be any different? So within the last 30 days, I want you to reflect on your habits. I want you to reflect on your mindset. I want you to reflect on your attitude, what you spend your time doing, baby, time management. And within this challenge, I'm going to be covering so many topics. So make sure you guys hit that post notification bell so that you do not miss any of these videos, because I know you guys love my challenges. I've done 2 so far. I'm also doing my 3rd challenge online on my app right now. So I'm really excited to work with the ladies, but I'm also excited to pour into you. So make sure you turn your post notification bell on. Within the last 30 days, when you're reflecting on how you spent your money, what you spent your money on, what you spent your time doing, how you thought about yourself, what is overwhelming you, what is taking up space in your life that doesn't deserve any time from you. I want you to write this down. I feel like we should have wrote this down at the beginning of the page, but honey, I need you to highlight this. Your energy flows where your attention goes. So for the next 30 days, I want you to daily, by the minute, pay attention to where your attention is going. You need to be so selective with your body, your attention, your time, your money. And did I say energy? If I didn't say energy, yes, your energy. Okay. So here are some of my non-negotiables that are very common to research I've done about non-negotiables that successful women hold. One of those non-negotiables is going to be making time for exercise daily, whether it's exercise, movement, weight training, just making sure that you are taking care of your body, because it will add to elevating your mind. Another non-negotiable is going to be eating well. A lot of successful women know that you need to have a lot of mental clarity and alertness. Another non-negotiable that I really need to focus on this year is being a little bit more social, going to more social events, stepping outside of my comfort zone, working the room, not being afraid to introduce myself, put myself out there. Ambitious, successful women, they are not afraid to leave their presence in every room and have a conversation with everyone, get numbers, network. Other non-negotiable that successful women have is making sure that they get a certain amount of sleep. So at least 6 to 9 hours of sleep. They're also really particular with their time. They're not easily accessible. And talking to a millionaire the other day, and she was like, girl, I get up, I stretch, I walk my dogs, I sip my coffee, I make myself breakfast, and then once my man wakes up, I make sure he's taken care of and we get into our workday. They have a routine, and it's important that you start to have non-negotiables that align with your routine. Number 5 is going to be making sure that you hang around quality people. It's a non-negotiable for who is in your circle. If they have toxic, bad habits, habits and they're comfortable with their life. They're comfortable and they don't see a change. They don't want to change. They don't want to improve. They've got to go. I was pondering the other day and I was like, I see a lot of divorces or breakups and even my own breakups. And you know why these things happen? One of the reasons why is because either person or both people have fallen off. They stop leveling up. They stop setting goals. They stop reaching for the stars. It's really important that you continue to thrive for yourself in your relationships, that you're not dependent on that person, but you become self-sufficient as well, so that you can contribute and also be self-driven, self-motivated, self-ambitious. All right. Nobody should have to force you, beg you, or remind you of your worth. And so successful, ambitious women, they are hungry for their goals. It's important to be around people that are not intimidated by your hungriness. Okay. You want to be around people that are clapping for you in private and in person. And for me, I'm very selective with the people around me and who I let in my circle, because it's not always a two-way street. So yeah, I read people really carefully and I don't just have anyone around me just to have people around me. I would rather be a lone wolf than have a bunch of weird vibes around me. Okay. Another non-negotiable is making sure that you're paying your investments first. All savings accounts, everything. You are learning new skills on how to make money, increase money, save money, invest your money, make money grow for you. A lot of successful women, they are putting their money into assets, investments, and skills constantly. So for those that are spending their money on useless things, trying to keep up with trends, babe, it's not even worth it. I would recommend living below your means and learning and investing in skills that make you more money. Whether you're going back to school, you're taking an online course, you're a part of a program that is teaching you how to be healthier, wealthier, wiser, smarter, and happier. But I really want you to get clear about your top 5 to 10 non-negotiables that you are going to be standing on business with in January. All right. In the next 30 days, make this a part of you so that you can get out of your shell and really tap into your higher self. If you enjoyed today's video, let me know down below. Share a few of your non-negotiables with us. I'll see you in day 2. I love you guys.